Let's see. I'm live in the kitchen. I'm still in the house. Let's see. So what we need to do? They only got 2 pills left. She be taking them. Oh no, they said they should call you about refill. You gotta call it. No, she put it in, so they'll refill it. Probably as soon as that one is like today. I bought me a coloring book from Dollar Tree. No, she bought her a new one. I bought a new coloring book and a crossword puzzle. I don't know where it's at. Hey y'all, welcome to the live. What we got going on today? It's Friday. It is also, my kids started spring break today. So, I'm gonna see how much live I can get in to what y'all got planned this weekend. Y'all, don't forget we have a funeral to go to tomorrow. What? We're going to a funeral tomorrow. LJ. We might not even stay that long for that because I already told Marshall I'm not even in a really good headspace to be mingling during these times. So we're just going to show our support and give our condolences. King Camille, welcome. What we want to talk about today, y'all. Oh, you know what we could talk about? Let me go sit over here by the kids. How am I? I am.
Beautiful.
Oh, my daughter said beautiful.
Yeah. I'm alive.
My sister say she alive. How you doing, Lay?
I'm doing.
You doing, L? That's good. How you doing, Mama?
Young and turned.
Young and turned. Wow.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
It's spring break.
Yeah, we young and turned. We finna be on the. We finna. Oh no. But I'm younger than you, and I'm.
So why my brother, they uncle, got them some tattoos.
Y'all, we finna be tatted up.
Tatted up. My son already been putting them everywhere. Anywhere. No, you can't. We is not showing them your tattoos.
Don't nobody want to see kids thigh tattoos.
She say,
that's crazy.
I know what you mean, young and turned. Listen, they could be young and turned. I'm turning down a little bit.
No, we go out to put you on the roof and.
I'm still young. The turn part is questionable.
I need money to be turned. That's my problem.
I got $100.
Well, you know what? I am turned. Life is turning me every which way
but loose. Oh God.
If that's what you mean by turn.
This is the young and turned. They like it alive. King Camille, thank you for the lights. Quirky, hey.
That's interesting. Quirky. LJ, be quiet.
Did she laughing at you, sister?
I mean, I'm just saying. If young and turned, if that's what that means.
Where's the list? Where's the spring break list? Let me.
It's on your bed somewhere.
It's on my bed? Okay.
You got I got all the cups. Yeah.
Oh, and as soon as you say it's on the bed, I come in the room. Why it's flying off the bed, child? Extra cheese and broccoli. Don't I be with J Money serving everybody? I bought a coloring book, and now I can't. This is the second time I done did this, and I cannot find it. Don't I be with J Money serving everybody? Oh, when I'm getting my nails done. We got to go live while I get my nails done.
And I put the peel off base. Good job. I put the peel off base on the toes. So when
You got 100?
Peel off
Okay, keep working. Good job, Papa.
Yeah.
We making it. I mean, we all. What's up with live? What's the topic? What info you educating us on about? Ooh, you feel like being educated? So if you missed class yesterday we talked about maternity leave. That is over on the YouTube. So if you want to contribute to the discussion, it's on YouTube. I did post a video. I don't know if it loaded because like it seemed like if the video is over a minute, TikTok be taking a long time to load the video. So I got to get better of when I record a video. I just need to cut like the dead parts or whatever. But I saw a video. Girl, my nail tech ain't responding to me. I'ma have to do myself. Ooh, child.
We're gonna have to.
But let me answer. So, what I want to talk about. So, I saw a video where a lady was talking about. She's an educator, and she was saying how she doesn't make like content about students, but she wanted to bring forth some information about how I want to put it, some things that she's seeing happening as far as social cues are concerned that is going to show itself when these students get older. And all I did was comment. I was like, I agree, because as an undergrad professor, I see it, and it feel like I'm teaching like high school. And not for nothing, I did teach like high school. I did like after school program, stuff like that. Anywho, so I was asking a question to some people. I know a lot of people was in the comments saying parents not being parents anymore. But as somebody who grew up like in a single parent household, like my mom was a teen mom, I don't remember my mama teaching me nothing about like societal norms in life. Like that was the school, like school did that. So I don't know, like people saying parents not being parents anymore, but like employability skills, how to code switch, and not code switch in a way like, oh my gosh, like I've told you, Layla, the way you talk to me is not how you're going to talk to your friends. The way you talk to your friends is not how you should talk to me. Kind of that whole thing. But when it's time for us to kiki, cat, 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 we kiki and we cat, cat. You feel me?
I think the other part of it is,
but a lot of it, the main part is no child left behind, and the children are getting left behind.
They need to get left behind.
Yep. That's what's happening, because when they did that, it took away everything. And I saw a video. Ooh, I hope it's in my repost. I'm getting excited. I hope it's in my repost, because this lady talked about all the things that Bush did when he was in administration, right? And somebody in the comments was like, you forgot about No Child Left Behind. And she was like, oh yeah. I'm like, you can't forget. That was the number one thing I thought about, because public school education used to be the place where you learned everything.
you did learn everything. You have more people, and as somebody who went to a lot of different schools, I'm not.
I went to a lot of different schools too.
And it's like rich schools, poor schools, like
inner city schools. That's LJ Dollar.
You still got the same level of education in both up until a point.
Yeah.
Then it stops.
I'm here, y'all.
You learn how to brush your teeth. You get the hearing test.
You get the hearing test. You get the vision test. If you needed glasses, they gave you glasses.
If
you took speech, and not speech like to learn how to talk, but you took like how to be in public speaking, how to be in different spaces. Like you didn't take those classes in college. Yeah, you took them in college and undergrad, but you still had to take them in high school.
I even remember in the 3rd grade, they had a lady come. I don't even remember where she was from, but she did teach us etiquette classes and how we were to go to a fancy dinner, what fork you use, what.
Oh, we did that in 6th grade.
School. Yeah.
We did that in 6th grade. I was at Martin Luther King Academy.
But I remember specifically because of No Child Left Behind. Because I remember shortly after that, there were posters everywhere.
How you get there?
Notes.
You trying to copy and paste these notes? You need to write them down. That's how you remember it.
No.
Trust me, boo.
You gotta write the notes down, because that's how you remember it. She say, I had the vision test. They failed me. I didn't get the glasses until I was 16 years old.
I don't.
Yeah.
I write notes even at my big age because it does help you remember.
Notes help you remember. Layla, you could get your iPad. You could start looking over that driving test book, because you think you're gonna be driving this week and not gonna be taking and not gonna know some of the driving questions.
Yeah.
So you need to get a notebook too, because what you're gonna do is, what you're going to do, you're gonna look at the questions and you're gonna find the answer in the book. And so what you're gonna do when you write down the question, you write what page the answer is on.
Bro, yesterday was so lit, y'all.
And she say that's why we need to volunteer at the schools, keeping my kids close to be involved. No, but here's another thing. The schools don't even be wanting you to volunteer. So like here, I don't know how it is other places. I can only talk about Florida. So in Florida, if you have if there's a charter school and it's a Title I charter school, Title I does require the parents to do so many volunteer hours. But let's back up a little bit. They don't let you decide how you want to volunteer. And so in the Title I charter schools, a lot of parents don't have time to volunteer because they work. So what they do is they give money. So like, you know how they be like, oh, on Friday you can wear jeans and pay $2? Those are the types of I hated that. But those were the types of things that's how you meet your hours.
Like,
so
how y'all gonna tell me to pay for what my mama bought me?
Yeah. $2 for jeans. And I had to call 3 times before they got back to me. Yeah, they don't be letting you volunteer for real.
Drop call off all in the library.
Not for nothing. My kids go to a small private school. Very, very small.
No,
very,
you
very,
make a
very small.
difference like that. You do have to go to a small private school because them schools don't even want you included. As somebody who, oh my God, I used to be on the PTA board.
Oh, yeah, for your little brother.
Was it even for him? He wasn't even born yet.
Who you was on the PTA board for? You ain't got no kids.
I got drafted into being the secretary of PTA board because of this lady I knew. Like, she was like my mom's friend, but Jessica had went to the school. And I think, no, it was just Jessica. Casey.
Your little
was
sister.
older. But it was like her kids were in the school and she was very involved or whatever. But even finding things to do at the school and after school for the PTA board, oh my God, it was hard.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what you're doing, Miss Ma'am.
Unfortunately, I'm doing this
So y'all,
test.
so my daughter, I've been teaching her a little bit here and there how to drive. Let me pour this water in here because LJ not finna drink it.
That's crazy.
These flowers is so real. Like, these Women's Day flowers, they just don't want to die. And it's not like I want them to die, but...
Let it die, let it die, let it die.
But yeah, so...
Where's that from?
I forget what you mean.
I know it's a movie though.
But yeah, that's how I feel about that. So it's like, yeah, we just...
Yeah, being on the PTA.
So we got swim lessons next week, y'all. Family swim lessons. Yeah, but as much as people want to say, oh, parents not being parents no more, I'm sorry. But when they took out the fact that, you know...
My mama being a parent.
Clock that.
I don't know what y'all saying, but my mama being a parent.
Clock that. And the teacup. And the teapot.
Okay.
And the sugar.
But yeah, when they say parents not being parents no more, I think it's more attributed to, I'm not saying that, like, I didn't go to school during the time when teachers was beating kids. That's not my time. But I did have a third grade teacher that used to pull out that yardstick and pop the kids. But the kids are not scared of they don't have to be scared of adults, but there's like, there used to be a class too where they taught you like about respect and like how, like, I don't know, like I could think about so many different areas where I was in school and was pulled out of class to go to some sort of what those things called, assembly.
Yeah,
It was always some type of assembly, and it'd be like do the right thing and
Don't forget to wash your ass.
like they used to just have all these different assemblies at school. So I don't think it's a personal attack on parents. As somebody who didn't grow up with parents, like I attribute a lot of the things that I learned to be an active member of society to my public school education. College, yes, but to get into college, you had to know a little something. You couldn't get in college. And so what I'm seeing is when I was a professor is that a lot of the students don't know anything. For example, you be like, they'll come and say, Dr. Appleton, I'm having a problem with my financial aid. Da, 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 da. Oh, what's the problem? Oh, I don't really know. Da, da, da. Okay, so let me help you look into it. So you help them look into it. And it's like, oh, well, here's the financial aid person you need to call. You could give them the information. You could tell them who they need to call. You follow up with them. They ain't even call. Or they lack follow through. And then if they do call, oh, I ain't leave a message because I ain't know what to say. What you mean you ain't know what to say? You don't know what the problem is? And so what this teacher was saying was she also is finding that they having, let me see if it's in my repost. She said what she also was seeing was that there's no critical thinking. And I think we use the word critical thinking kind of loosely, but it's not critical thinking. It's like they can't think their way out of a paper bag. They can't think their way out of a box. Like, you know how they be like, oh, there's more than one way to get things done? If you show them that way to get something done, they're not in a place to figure out another way to get it done.
Man, you could get these things off my hand.
She said both aspects could do better. Parental involvement and school amenities and such. They want you to do the heavy lifting. Yeah, so it's like I be so confused.
They were never taught critical thinking. It's do this worksheet, pass this test.
Yeah, do this worksheet, pass this test. School is very click and point.
Here's a research paper. You need 5 references.
And the people want to be like, oh, it's what the word they say? Oh, it's because of COVID, baby. Baby, they was behind before COVID. How I know? Because my children was behind before COVID. And I had to step in to get them up Why you touched it? Ain't nobody tell you to touch it.
Cause I was trying to lose it.
Okay, it's fine. The glitter. Now he talking about, can I get the glitter off his hand? My kids was behind, and I had to put the extra work in to get them from being behind.
Don't clock my.
As an older undergrad, that's something I never heard, critical thinking, until returning in 2022. Correct. And that's why I say critical thinking is being used loosely, because when you got to college, and I went to undergrad, when I did undergrad, I went to night school. And if you know about night school is night school is for the older adults, right? The non-traditional students. So if I'm doing night school at like 18 years old, I'm in the class with the lady that's 40 years old that have 2 kids. You get what I'm saying? She already in her career. She working her job. Huh? Yeah, I went to night school. I'm 18, 19 years old, new to college, community college, and I'm in speech class with the lady that's scared to speak. Because we had to team up. Let me tell y'all how funny it was. It's not funny, haha, but it was like, she 53 years old. I'm 18. We got to do a speech project together. She's scared to speak up. And I'm thinking to myself, ma'am, you like a high level whatever at your job to me. And to me, she like a high level person at her job, a manager or whatever. And it's like, what you mean you scared to speak?
She don't be
right. So you get into college and it's like critical thinking. So now fast forward, I'm about to be 38. My last tenure as a professor, I did have some non-traditional students who were the same age as me in a class with students who are 18, 19, 21 years old. And they're coming to me after class to say, hey, did you notice X, Y, and Z? And it's like, I'm not about to engage in that, but I'm also noticing that I'm having to water down the content. This lady even said they took a 60% is now a D. She said that was another thing too, mediocrity. 60% is now a D. Hell, they're going to be mad when they get to the doctoral program, because in the doctoral program, baby, you couldn't even make a 70. I graduated my doctorate, graduated with honors. I went to night school as well. I remember she said I dropped out around 9th or 10th grade, and now you back in. Now you see they talking about critical thinking. It's like I taught a class called Thinking Critically in Health and Natural Sciences, and I'm thinking to myself,
that don't got nothing to do with health.
no, it don't, because it's like if you a science major, you already a critical thinker.
Yeah.
So why is this a level 100 course?
Because I'm gonna tell you why they don't learn that
Because they don't learn how to critical think.
in school. Because I can remember the first time we had to do critical thinking. Was
I'm drinking carrot juice, y'all.
We received, which would have been in 3rd grade. 3rd grade was around the time computers really got fancy.
Okay.
So they gave us a project. We had to search for that project.
Oh, the video is in my repost. So it's this lady right here.
I am not the type of teacher that points out
I'm gonna play
in
it.
education, because
I like
that's
her
just
glasses
not my
too.
style. But recently, I've noticed a lot of things that I think are going to be problems later, and I think it's important for me to use my platform to tell
I'm gonna come back to
those
you,
of you
sister.
who might be a little in denial about things that are happening in education. So I created a list, of course, of problems in students that are going to show their face later, which with us, we see it now as educators because we're with these students every day. But for those of you who are not in the classroom and are not in education, you are going to be bombarded with these problems later. Problems with our students that are going to show their
What was the
face
answer on that
later.
one?
These students do not know how to code switch. These students don't know what's appropriate for what time. Clothing. Students of today think it's appropriate and they are correct for wearing whatever you can think of to school. Some of the students damn near.
So I'm gonna pause it right there. So when my daughter turned, how old was you? 14? So when she turned 14, I'm like, okay, 14 is the typical age to start thinking about work, to start thinking about your future. Like, you ask your kids often, right? And the reason why I pause it right there, because again, because school don't teach this, and I learned it in school, now I have the tools because I learned it in school to teach her, right? Because they're not teaching it in school anymore. So it is a cycle of like, okay, if you didn't learn it in school, then you don't know that your kid gonna need this. Aside from that, if you back up to the point that I'm trying to make, is I learned it in school, so now I have to teach her. It was about 14 years old, but ninth grade is where I learned how they had made Sears. Sears came to the school and taught us what was appropriate dress for for going to a job interview, for going to a event, for going to like different things. Like Sears came to the school and they gave us like vouchers, and that's when I got my very first blazer. You couldn't tell me nothing with my little blazer, because everywhere I went, like I was part of a club, so everywhere I went I would wear my little blazer. So I had took my daughter that summer before going back, was it the summer before going back to school? She turned 14, maybe it was over spring break, I don't remember. But I took her to Marshalls, and I was like, oh, you got to start getting clothes for interviews and
That
stuff.
was for graduation. Yeah.
Look at my I think she took it out my purse.
No,
Oh,
it was right.
because I got one right here.
Oh, let me see it.
Finish that.
Can you do it for me?
So anywho, y'all don't keep the paper on? Yeah, so I took her to Marshalls, and it was for graduation. So their graduation or their award ceremony was coming up, and I was like, oh,
Because I'm graduating.
she was graduating out of 8th grade. So I was like, oh, let's get you some stuff for your ceremony, for your graduation ceremony, but also let's start to consider like little clothes that you're gonna need, because you might get a job interview, or you might. And she ended up working for Top Notch Eyewear for a little bit of time for the summer. But again, an interview is not just for a job. What if she got an interview for a scholarship? What if she got an interview for a college? What if she got an interview to get into some club or some program or something?
Club is
right?
wild.
No, like a club, like LOT, Leaders of Tomorrow. That's a club. Or what if, I don't know, I was a part of GEMS, Girls Educated and Motivated for Success. I was part of the BPBA or whatever, the Business Professionals of America, CF something something. Like there was all these different, the FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America.
So let me let you know something right now. Speaking of how to dress, Boys and Girls Club, I'll never forget. I won a shopping spree with the Boys and Girls Club, and they gave us, I think at the time it was like $120, and they partnered with JCPenney, and we had to pick out.
And see, I'm older. They partnered with Sears, and Sears came.
And I got like a couple blazers. I made the news. I was in the newspaper because it was.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it was like a whole thing.
Yeah, so my school did that. So again, they're like, oh, it's the lack of the parents. But again, if the parents ain't learning and the parents is dressing like the kids, again, that whole conversation where it's like, oh, the kids are dressing grown. No, it's because the adults are wearing kids' clothes.
I feel like it's only acceptable at the age of 21. At the age of 21, you stop.
Not necessarily.
This girl just asked, what is the appropriate age to stop doing baby hairs? Hold on, let me finish this video.
Be wearing lingerie to school.
They be wearing lingerie to
That's all I
school.
gotta say about that. Language. There's a way that I speak to my friends. There's a way that I speak to my students. There's a way that I speak to my principal, to my colleagues. These students talk one way, and they talk to everybody that way. We're dealing with it now. But when these students come out into the world and want...
And I gotta pause it there because we used to have a class, and it was not
lingerie to school. What the?
Probably them poster girl dresses and whatnot.
Yeah, they wear that stuff to school, especially in high school. There's no dress code. I don't know if she teach high school, but yeah, but we see it when we leaving from the school. And we see the kids coming out of public school, because public school don't really the high school don't have no dress code. There's no uniform in Broward.
They only gave me the abbreviation for meters. And that's M. They didn't give me meters with the S.
It would still be the same, I think.
I think it would just be M.
Mom, what am I supposed to be?
Because millimeters is MM. Meters is gonna be M.
Mama.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do?
So you're supposed to be going to the questions.
What question?
The questions is at the end of the book. You'll see 1 through 100.
104. So go to 104.
Oh, I don't know what page the question's on.
Let's see what page.
I got mine in Virginia.
You got the book.
I did open the book.
Scroll to the end of the book. The questions are usually at the end of the book. It should be numbers 1 through 100. Once you get to the questions, you're going to write down the question. Or you could write number 1 and you could say it's on page so-and-so. So if it say what, X, Y, Z, this, that, and the third, you're going to look through the book. And that's how I learned.
Oh.
Let me see.
Right here. Study guide for knowledge exam.
Yes.
Answers are available at flhsmv.gov/handbook manuals.
Yeah, but you're not going to look up the answer. You're going to look the answers up in the book because that's how you're going to get the information to stick. So it's going to be a little bit of a research. So like you on your paper, you can write down. You can write number 1. You write 1, and then you go look through the book.
One. In your vehicle, what should you adjust before you start your engine?
So now go.
Your seat.
No. So go find the correct. Go find the correct answer in the book and just write that page number next to number 1.
Look.
That's how I learned. Ooh, grilling on them. Anywho, so what I was saying was, yeah, she talking about talking. So that's like, for example, when my daughter worked for my business, she not calling them talking about, hey, yo twin, your glasses, you do for glasses. No, she had to, first of all, she already had kind of went through a training. We did a training. Right? But again, if they can't even get to the job, let me back up. So I took her to buy a couple of things. She didn't know that she was going to end up applying to work for my business. So she had to do an application. Because when we go to the doctor's office, I let her fill out the paperwork. The students don't even know. And these is college students, so they're considered adults, right? Young adults. They 18, 19, 20. Only one time I had a college student who was 17. And even with her, she was way past them. Why? Because of the school that she went to. She was way past a lot of them. She came with, I guess she went to like a school that had like a dual enrollment type situation. So she was 17. I only had one 17-year-old.
Another 100.
Another 100. Good job. Let me get back to this video.
To work for you or are working for you, there are going to be a lot of times where you're going to have to try to save the face of your business because these students don't know how to talk to each other. And they're not going to know how to talk to your customers. Behavior. Some of the students act like wild animals, and they think it's okay.
They don't know when to not play.
For you,
I seen it at the college.
To own their own business,
just grown and horse playing.
They're going to act like wild animals because they don't know what's appropriate for what time. Another problem that's going to show its face later is mediocrity. I'm not sure how it is in other places, but in South Carolina, in the school district that I'm in, and school districts I've been in, the grading scale has been lowered. A 60 is now a D. When I was in school, a 60 was an F. Anything below a 70 was an F. A 70 is now a C. Mm-hmm. A 60 is a D. And the students are okay with earning a D because that's passing. So I think that mediocrity is going to be a problem that is going to show its face later. They're okay with the bare minimum or doing just enough to get by. Conflict resolution. Students and their parents, and I'm just making a generalization, it's not all of them, think that it's okay to cuss everybody out when they're upset or feeling the type of way about something. There's no conflict resolution. There is no interpersonal communication. There is no figuring it out without an argument. This is going to cause a problem later. These same kids who are very argumentative, defiant, you can't talk to them, you can't reach them, just off the deep end, ready to cuss you out. They're going to go out into the real world.
Kiki, welcome to the live.
At your businesses, at wherever, and go act a fool when they get upset or they don't like something that you've done. And my last one is basic skills. That's going to be a problem later. Mm-hmm. Some of these students, like I said, I'm making a generalization, but the students don't know how to figure things out. They don't know how to come to a conclusion. They want you to tell them the answer to everything. Mm-hmm. Well, what does this mean? Well, what does this mean? Well, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Figure it out.
I'd
be so frustrated at the college level.
And why do I think they don't know how to figure things out or come up with answers on their own? I really think that
them summer reading programs.
They don't do implementing reading programs in school anymore has caused that. Not being able to read or not making it a requirement to read is causing more problems than a little bit. I feel like reading taught me.
Reading is lifelong learning. That's where you learn. You just have, for example, I got my daughter right now. She's doing the driver license book test or whatever. Again, to study, this is how I was, because I took driving in school, and it was a class, a 9-week class that you had to get a grade out of. Now, did everybody pass the class? No, because if you couldn't pass the driving test, you didn't pass the class.
What?
Yeah, it was a class in school, and one of the ways that we learned to be able to even take the test was he gave us the questions. The book, the driver license book, it has questions in it, and it was read the question and find the answer in the book. That activates, I can't remember exactly the name of the part of your brain that it activates, but it activates that part of your brain that allows you to retain information when you have
hippopotamus one.
The what?
The
hypothalamus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look.
Because
what's the part of the brain that's responsible for learning?
There was one responsible for learning is remembering, because if you're remembering something, you're learning it.
You might be right.
Because if you're not remembering it, you're not learning it, because you're.
He is correct. It is the hippocampus.
The hippocampus.
He said the hippo one.
The hippo one, because there is a hypothalamus.
There's a hypothalamus and there's a hippocampus.
Yeah, the one that if you remember it, then you're learning how. Then you're learning how to do the work.
She said communication studies
I learned that in school.
shed light on how many lack communication skills. It's the hippocampus. Or having learning challenges that's gone undiagnosed. I have a story about that. Yeah, and so it's crazy to the effect of so activating that part of the brain. So what he did was he would tell us, write out the questions. I'm not making her write out the questions because she ain't got enough paper for that. But it was write out the questions and then look through the book to find the answer to the question. And because we had the physical book, we would highlight that and put question 1 next to it.
Both your judgment and vision are affected after drinking alcohol. Which effect comes first? Your vision.
You found it?
No, I just know that because you are a doctor.
I think it's judgment first.
I had to interview some. They were young adults at the time. They had to interview them for an internship. They get on the internship. They were professional to a point, but then they couldn't. They didn't have no conflict resolution skills. And one of them, I was like, girl, if you don't figure it out right now, stop cussing this way out on this people's property, you will not come back here. It's her in there crying. Girl, I don't care if you're crying.
Right.
If you hear me.
Because it's like now you crying. You think that's supposed to solve everything.
I said, I told her, look at me in the face. You think I care about these tears?
What you say, Al?
She will literally say that.
You don't care about nobody
No, and you can't care about these kids having no attitude because, again, they'll use that against you.
And then the boy that she was arguing with, he just thought he was so cute. Now it goes to fix it. It's like, boy, it's not that you ugly. That's not enough for me. We aren't professional. That's no nothing about you being cute. So you got this situation. We say, but you don't have to come back. So when it came down to it, he stopped coming. He thought he was just going to come back and be able to, so they were looking for somebody to place for the job. And he thought he was just going to come back and get the job. So why did I get it? Because he had a little background knowledge. That's not weird.
So cute. Ain't nothing like washing your hair and your face clear up. It's me being a little baby influencer. I did my little jeans haul. And she was like, I didn't know Primark had such cheap jeans. I'm going to need Primark to sponsor me, baby. I need some more jeans because I can't afford them right now. I'm trying to. And that's another thing. I'm like so sick of all the jeans. Why all the jeans got to have cuts at the knees like I'm a toddler? Baby, I'm grown. I just want to have on some casual jeans. Like these jeans are from Primark. I bought these about a year ago. And the thing about their jeans, they don't put what name of the jeans it is because I think they be just switching them out. I'm gonna make me a little sandwich. It's spring break for my kids, so I'm gonna be eating like a little camp counselor over the next week. Little chips, a little sandwich. Sister, when you finna make them mushrooms?
I've been pimping on that internet.
I need something to eat.
What you eating right now? Cereal?
No chips.
Know the signs: physical, branding scars, burns, and tattoos, malnourishment, serious dental issues, disoriented.
Look, I need to be eating like this.
Girl, confused,
They teaching her about sex trafficking.
drug addiction, infection, sleep deprivation.
Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
If you see a mother and a little kid, which one do you hit?
The break.
Yes.
Verbal.
That makes sense.
Responds as if coached. Allow
Damn.
someone to speak.
I know I ain't right.
What?
I say hit the corner.
What I didn't even hear a question.
Don't repeat the question.
Don't repeat it because they're already laughing at you on the live.
If you see a mother and a little kid, which one do you hit?
Oh, I see now.
Which one do
The break.
you hit? Yes.
This is my life. And it's kind of crazy.
While eating chips. Responds as if coach allows someone else to speak for them. Fearful, anxious, or paranoid. Reluctant to discuss their injuries at school.
Also, people don't be letting their kids read out loud no more.
First of all, people need to read out loud. People be struggling.
Because it wasn't until I hosted in my medical terminology class, I hosted a project where they had to stand up and read out loud. Is where I found out one of them students couldn't read. And I had to pull him to the side. I went and told my chair about it first. And she was like, did you talk to him about it? And I was like, no. I said, I want to know how to go about this without offending him. So I did pull him to the side. And lo and behold, he was like, yeah. I said, so how you be getting by? He was like, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Can I get one? Oh yeah, big boy.
Come on. You got your grills in. Oh, we got a piano. We got to put that together.
At school. Unexplained absences. Sudden change in
Let me get the piano.
usual
Let's see.
attire, behavior, or relationship. Chronically runs away. Sudden increase of material possession.
What you finna do?
See what's in this box. Just leave the plate right there so you can finish working.
Report the crime.
Hungry, bro.
Okay. What you had for breakfast?
Oatmeal.
We should have had a banana with it.
What's that?
Did you fun?
I've been all morning, so I.
Yeah, she let out a.
She let
Oh.
like me when I be in the bathroom.
Okay.
She was like,
You have a good day. She said, King Camille said, everybody have a good day.
You too. Everybody on this live is blessed. If you was not on this live, you are still blessed. Anyway, you are still blessed. Even if you are down today, just remember these words.
I need to put some music behind it.
Just remember these words. You are blessed.
I'm gonna have to clip that part of the live so I can put a little music.
with the waterfall and the
Yeah.
brook and the meadow
Mm-hmm.
and the forest.
Everyone is blessed in here. So
Watch for motorcycles. See, I don't know if I want to watch for motorcycles.
Right. It's like, why we gotta watch for them? They should be watching for us.
It's not the same in every state.
See,
because guess what? Everyone,
Come on, work.
when you see in the mirror,
Golf
remember
cart.
these words on this live.
Are you finding the answers or you just reading?
I believe.
I don't know, mommy. It's like so many flyers and ads.
You have to write. You have to write the answer
Let me see.
down,
Here, twin.
front and back.
Don't close my tabs. Thank you. Pookie.
I want you to write rules, front and back.
Boy, who you think you is? Who you feeling like?
I don't know.
Okay. then.
What was the question number 1?
I don't know.
You want me to print out the questions for you?
Yeah.
I think that'll be easier instead of having to
Scroll back and forth.
What?
No.
What?
You got this.
Marshall texted me.
I love you. You got this.
What page number this is? Page 99.
It's that Wu-Tang, get low when you squat, get low when you squat, get low when you squat, and swing it on.
What the Sigma? I'm hungry, damn.
He is not printing 104 pages.
That's a lot of papier. See? French.
Page 99.
Fili de papier. That's how you say homework.
I remember that. I'm pretty sure.
I'm scared.
I'm pretty sure I only passed French with the mid-C that I did because I used to do the French teacher's hair. Because French was so hard. I wanted to speak Creole so bad.
Monji.
It was not working for me.
No, but
Do me a favor, like, go tap the printer.
but in French,
Let me see what I can do for my phone, because your thing tripping. All right, y'all. I'm going to come back.